double one on the oil stream on a Monday. The others aren't playing for 2 weeks. We got EST Afternoons coming up next. That's going to do it for the oil stream today. Brought to you by Boston Pizza. Thank you very much
for being
here. That's it. That's the end of the show.
It was so much fun.
EST Afternoons is coming up from 1 to 3. And, of course, the Reed Wilkins Show from 3 to 6 today. Lots to discuss. Connor McDavid, Team Canada. We will get into all of that. There's always some Oilers rumors that we can certainly get to as well.
We do need
what
to.
were some of the ones that...
Listen.
Donato.
Oh, man.
Marchand, I think people are still talking about.
Okay. Well, we had Hello Hockey. And...
what was that?
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
That's him, yeah.
That's my YouTube. I apologize. So on Hello Hockey on Saturday, Pagnotta, because like people were shredding Skinner on Saturday after the loss to Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay. And Belsey finally addressed it like an hour into the show.
Okay.
He goes, "Can we talk?"
He was ignoring the Skinner stuff.
We both were. And I'm like, "All right, Dave. John Gibson." And he goes,
"Oh, man.
Well, the Oilers have called Anaheim about him."
What? Really?
Yeah. Now, if you didn't watch Hello Hockey, which I will shame all of... I'm just kidding. It was a good show. It was awesome. But he said it was just because we've heard that Gibson's on the market kind of thing.
Yeah.
Basically, if you're not a good GM, you don't call about anybody.
Ken Holland's not even employed, and he's probably calling about guys.
Ken Holland works for the league, and he probably asked.
He's calling out. Hey, is Gibson available?
Yeah.
Ken, we know people who have been asked to leave, and who just keep showing up.
Ken, what
That's
team are
Kenny
you?
Holland.
Yeah.
That's Kenny Holland.
Exactly. So it was a very general inquiry, evidently. That's what Pagnotta said, and doesn't think that there's any legs there. The Marchand stuff, throw it away.
Yeah, that's not happening.
That's wishful thinking. That's not a thing. Other names we can discuss, sure. But, the Gibson one, when Peg said, actually, there was a discussion, I was like, shut up, David. And
what's he doing? Why is he saying that on Hello Hockey?
He's telling the truth.
Well, I know. All right, so Gibson, since 1920, not on a good Anaheim team, obviously.
No, sucks.
904, 903, 904, 899, 888. And this year he's at 915. He's only played 23 games.
Yeah.
Nancy, you're still kicking around. I'm curious. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah,
Skinner was not good on Friday night. Like
he
even
had a bad game.
I came in. I was just like, man.
I dropped an S word on him.
He did a silly goose. Ooh, sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Yes,
he sucked.
He sucked.
He sucked in that game.
He wasn't good, but this. He was fine last year in the playoffs. He had a little blip there against Vancouver, but I mean,
people want.
I just don't know, Dusty, because now there's some facts to back it up. Like he doesn't beat the good teams this year. Like there's something about that, right?
Yeah.
So there's something there.
Hang on, you and I talked about this last night.
Yeah.
It's not just him losing to the good teams.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the team in front of him.
It started. What did I say to you last night, Ansel, when we were talking at Century? I said
it
started.
Remember.
Yeah,
too many wines from this guy.
He was into the charade.
Did you do that shot with the pickle juice?
No.
At the end of it?
Gross. You guys did that?
Somebody maybe do Jameson with pickle juice right after. That's when I decided to head back to the hotel. The most clutch hotel of all time. I'll tell more on that a little bit later on. Let's continue this conversation.
Okay, so I said to Nanso, to refresh his memory, I said, Hernan, because Hernan brought up the point about Stu not being good against elite teams. That's fair. Listen, that's fair. But I said, what were people bitching and complaining to us about on the post-game show in the first two and a half months? Average. His save percentage wasn't good.
Yeah.
It was below 9. His goals against was above 3. Okay? He cleaned that up. I went back. I ran it again. Stu Skinner, since November 9th, 17-7-3, 905 save percentage, 257 GA. And that's after a dog crap night on Friday.
Yeah. No, it's...
So I said, I wrapped it up with Hernan, and I said, what's happening now? People are fine. Now that they can't bitch and complain about the averages, they're going to this number against the elites. I get that, because you're going to have to face the elites in the playoffs. Playoffs are a different beast. But you can't use the averages argument anymore. You can't use the win-loss record. 17-7-3, 905, 257 since November 9th.
Gager made a good point a few weeks ago. He said, at this point where the Oilers are, you just need goalies that win. Who cares? Goals against, save percentage. Like, just win the damn game.
Yeah.
And I don't think you need an elite goalie to win a cup. Go back and look at teams that have won.
Jordan Binnington's the third stringer on Team Canada.
Outside of Tampa Bay, look at the goalies that have won cups. Are you telling me Darcy Kemper is elite?
No.
Skinner can be just as good as any of those guys might be. And he was this close to winning one last year if they got any offense in games.
How good's Bobrovsky this year, by the way?
Well, as I pointed out last week, Skinner's got a better goals against average than Bobrovsky, a better save percentage than Shesterkin.
Yes.
And more shutouts than Ottinger. Like, but that bloody period against Colorado was awful.
Those two goals were crap.
He was
just
terrible.
two piss poor goals.
They are.
And you know why they were poor? Because look at his body language. He knew himself. He was like, hey,
especially the Makar one. He's like right there. You're like, what are you
him.
doing, man?
It hit him.
Yeah.
And it went in.
I know he can be better. I know people want him to be better. I want him to be better. But God, like, I just don't think every loss is just him. And it's getting a little out of hand.
Him and Bouchard.
But that's what they're saying. By the way, that Bouchard turnover. That's why he has haters.
Yes.
He can do a million things really well. But then you do that, you're like, oh my God, man. Like,
it was a literal turn and give it to the guy for a breakaway.
He set him up. I'm going to spin and send you in.
Go in on Kelvin. Say hi to him.
That was tough. That was tough.
That was bad.
Nanza, while you're here,
yes,
we need to discuss this wing thing.
Oh, boy.
Did you hear this story, Tom?
No.
Okay, so yesterday I had a plate of wings.
Yeah.
And Hernan's sitting right next to me and goes, hey, how are the wings? Glue guy says they're not good. I said, well, I mean, they taste pretty good. They're just salt and pepper wings. Like, it was fine. I said, you want one? And Hernan goes, no, I don't want one. It's okay. So then Glue guy gets like 2 orders of wings down at his end of the table, like 2 guys down from Hernan. And I looked and I was just like, what? I said to Hernan, I said, well, for a guy who doesn't like the wings, he sure just ordered a bunch of them. And then I'm sitting there talking with people, whatever, watching the game. And I turn and look, and Hernan Salas, sitting right next to me, has a plate with the same salt and pepper wing that I offered him from Glue Guy. And I was like, what's, I didn't say it to him, but did I call you out on it there? I didn't, did I?
You did.
I did. Okay, I couldn't remember if I said something at the time. But I was like, why wouldn't you just take one of my salt and pepper wings instead of Glue Guy's? But now we kind of got to the bottom of it.
What was it?
I didn't want a wing. So Dusty asked me, and it was just one-on-one. So I said, no, I'm good.
Side by side.
Were you intimidated?
Nobody was watching.
And then Jay asked me, but across the table in front of everybody, and I get really awkward when people ask me for things in front of a lot of people, and I always say yes. So that's why I took it.
So you just took it to be nice.
Yeah. I didn't want to be like, no,
but you said he had a pile after.
No, he just had one. He just had the one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't share that.
You did eat it, though.
People ask me in front of other people to do stuff. Well,
yeah, I know. You're opening up a huge can of worms here. But see, now that makes sense.
That was it.
That makes sense. Okay. I thought he was just some sort of weird grudge against me in the wings.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? You're sitting right next to me and you asked for a wing 2 things down.
The wings, can I say something? They look good and looked like a healthy, more than a pound.
It was said it was a pound of wings for less than $10. And I have to tell you, man, I think there was like 13, 14 wings on that plate. And they're good size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their scale must be off.
I had they're very generous scale. I had the cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak was popular at the Super Bowl party for sure.
Enjoyed it thoroughly. Onion rings, and my eyes were hungrier than my stomach. Right, like I was gonna get wings after.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, no, I'm good with this.
I was originally planning to get dry ribs, but then I drank too much and I forgot.
The dry ribs looked amazing.
Yeah, they did look good.
Yeah.
I really wanted some of those.
It wasn't because Dusty was. It was there.
That's good to know.
It was just.
So you would share wings with me at some point?
Yes.
Good. That's good to know.
If I like you get hot.
Okay, you know what? We'll get some Popeyes hot wings delivered in here, and you can have them.
All right, perfect.
There we go.
I'll stick around for that.
Yeah. Not today. That's where to go today.
If I get
but maybe
here.
one of these other days, maybe Wednesday, we'll bring in some Popeyes wings, and we'll see if Hernan will sit right in between us and eat the wings.
I think he would.
Which wings would he choose? Nobody knows.
Oh.
What's coming up in EST afternoons, by the way, Nancy, before we let you go?
Yeah, lots on the Super Bowl, the halftime show, 4 Nations lines. Brian DiArdo from CBS will join us to break down the game that was one-sided. So just have some
little
fun.
Lopsided.
Yeah.
Lopsided. All right, well, that'll be a good show today. EST afternoons from 1 to 3 right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Tommy, very pro Eagles crowd last night.
Yes.
And the party was on that pick 6 that put them up 17-0.
Man, KC sucked.
They sucked last night.
They were awful.
I mean, I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked. Homer, watch your language.
They sucked
I gotta go. My damn wiener kids are listening.
They were awful. And like you thought, you watched the first quarter, you're like, I think they're gonna be okay. Like Mahomes will get into a rhythm, Didn't happen. Second quarter, same thing, didn't happen. You're like, they can't get shut out. I was looking for a prop bet mid-game. I'm like, maybe they'll get shut out.
Did those 2 huge ones that they didn't hit, did they?
No.
You had those 2 monster bet builders.
I went hard on a couple of bet builders. I did win one bet. I won $35.
Did you?
I lost like 120. But it was fun. Like it was geez, like I have not seen an ass whooping like that in a while. And they got whooped.
It was fun. It was fun to see.
It actually was. And like
I don't
Mahomes,
even like the Eagles. And I was still like, yeah, let's go.
His O-line, him, like
they sucked.
everything was
either,
off.
though. Like,
everything was off.
Yeah. They took a punch in the face and just never recovered. They just staggered the rest of the game.
They stepped into multiple punches in the face is what they did last night.
The Bomba guy over in the chat says the Elks could have scored 35 on the Chiefs yesterday.
Yeah.
I love it.
Probably.
780-218-9999. If you have any questions for Keep or Clip It, fire those our way right now. Send them in. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. So I didn't have those dry ribs like I was planning on, but I still left the casino around 11.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe even a little bit before 11. And I was hungry. Because I eat dinner at like 5.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, I'm a little
hungry. Long shift.
And I'm in an Uber and I don't, what's the deal with asking an Uber guy to take you through a drive-through? I know with a cab back in the day,
you have to get them
they'd be
something.
okay with it. But even with an Uber, because isn't Uber like it's already like paid and locked in? So technically they probably shouldn't want to do that. So I feel bad ever asking Uber guys about that.
No, you can.
You can?
Oh, yeah.
See, I always feel very bad. I never ask them.
You didn't get it?
No. So I was just like, whatever. I'm just going to go to sleep. I'll suck it up. So I'm walking into, I stayed in the hotel right over here, like 300 meters. I was going to drive this morning. I come walking out. I had my truck started. Come walking out.
From here?
Yeah, to the hotel. So my truck's sitting at the hotel. I started it. And then I like from where my truck was parked, I saw Trev like pull into his parking spot.
He said he was afraid.
Yeah,
he said a big guy was coming
I started
after
walking,
him.
and I was just like, screw it, I'll walk. It's like 300 meters.
Yes.
But it was cold.
Yes.
But I was like, whatever. Nice, brisk, fresh morning walk. So I come walking around the corner, and I see Trev leaving from his car. And I'm like, Trevor! And I saw him kind of hesitate like this. I was like, who else is going to know your name in the middle of the like early morning on the road? Like, So yeah, but he was all scared. But anyway, so last night I get there. I walk in and it's a decent little hotel actually. They've got like a pantry area. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'll get something to drink. And then I looked and they had pizza pops. I was like, are you kidding me? There's pizza pops right now. And I haven't had a pizza pop in, my God, man. Like we don't have them around the house. I probably haven't had a pizza pop in years. And I asked the lady, I said, I'll take 2 of these pizza pops here too. Put them on my room. And I was
at the front desk lady.
Front desk lady.
Late night, yeah.
So I go up to the room and I had like this kitchenette. So I had like a microwave. I had full blown real dishes. Heated up a couple of pizza pops. Watched the halftime show because I had missed it at the game and did some prep. Oh, it was great. I'm going to stay at this hotel once a week. Like I love it. It was great there.
Is it a suite hotel?
Yeah, I think they're all like kitchenette type of things.
Yeah. It's like longer term stays. It's not just
I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I want to set it up so I can just pop over from like 1 until 4 in the afternoon.
You should see.
Have a quick nap, have some pizza pops.
Yeah.
And then go home to my family.
If they give you an EST rate. And then they'll be
if
like,
I
what's
pop
that?
in enough.
Create one.
Well, when I registered yesterday, the guy goes, so what are you in town for?
That's why why I said, is it an extended
So I didn't want to be like, well, actually I work in that building right there and I plan on getting drunk tonight. So I just want to sleep at the hotel so I can just walk to work in the morning. Instead, I was just like, oh, I'm in town for business.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then he goes, what's your number? I was like, 780-964. He's kind of looking at me, but
this guy's local.
Yeah.
Don't Google him.
Yeah, it was anyway, a great little hotal. I went back when you guys are doing hangout today. I went back, laid down for like an hour.
That's beautiful.
Got up, totally refreshed, feeling great.
You look great.
Thanks, Tommy. You look great too.
Thank you. We both had. I had a stressful morning, but
Yeah, you got to get your car sorted out,
dude, this is the last year of my car.
You've milked this car did you get it brand new?
I got it pretty much brand
I think
new.
I remember when you got that car.
Yeah,
It's been 13 years?
Yes. My first ever Infinity. It's been awesome. But I had.
You have no payments on it right now, right? It's
no,
perfect,
it's been paid off for a long time. But it's like you can tell it's time. And some people are like, "Oh, just ride it out. Those engines go forever." Yes, I'm pretty sure I figured out what was going on. I had the same issue when we were going down to Vegas last year because I flew out of Calgary.
You did.
And I had to drive down. I had my parents with me. It died on the way to Innisfail. It's the same thing. So
I think it was the same issue?
Yes. It's just like, but I got a year basically. Like the window is open and it's time to plan for the new vehicle.
So, but you're going to plan for a year?
I'm going to try to. Like, I think it should be okay.
Your car should be okay for a year.
I think so.
Yeah.
The summer at least for sure.
I was going to say. Seems like a new ride in the summer. Fancy boy. The ladies will love it. The ladies will love it.
They do like it.
Somebody's asking about our next on location. I am aiming for, it'll be at Namao, and it will be probably on the 26th.
I saw Cody from Capilano.
He's a nice guy.
Awesome guy. Yeah. And Neil. They played in the alumni skate on Friday.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, good to see them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Great guys. Shout out to Cody and Neil from BP Capilano. And Neil has 97th. Neil has
he's got a few of them.
By the way, we need to go to BP Clairview because Jason, they had a fire there a year and a half ago. He's got like the flagship BP. He upgraded it to the gills.
Well, we're going there in April.
Perfect.
We've got Namao in February, Westgate in March.
Yes.
Tony, we're coming in hot.
Tony.
Clairview in April, and then Windermere in May. We did Windermere last year, too.
Windermere is good.
Yeah, no, it's a nice one. The lounge, that Windermere lounge is like fancy. She's a fancy one.
Yeah. Actually, they've been doing a lot of renos or refreshes to all the BPs, and it's very comfortable there. That's how I would describe it, you know?
Maddie Awanik is saying, guys, what about a station partnership at that hotel where we have a standing room there for EST use?
Exactly.
Where I'm just like, we need that room, and then whoever is like, you can just crash there. And that'd be good, actually.
That's like the NHL rate. Like there's like 2 or 3 hotels per city that have deals with the NHL, and you go, I'm with the NHL, and you just have to like show an ID.
I wonder if they would contract me a room 24/7. Like just on a deal where we give them advertising for however much it costs for a room for a month.
And that could be our nap station.
Yeah. I mean, I would hit that up.
Hell yeah.
There's a nice bed. There's a sofa bed there. And this big kitchenette thing is really nice, actually. Not a bad idea, man. Yeah. That's why you're the COO. All right. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. We're going to get into your Popeyes spicy headlines. And that would be what's going on with Team Canada right now. And once again, if you have any questions for Keep It or Clip It, send them in 780-218-9999. Basically, you ask a question and ask us to keep it or clip it with our answer. So, but let's dive into Popeye's spicy headlines. Maybe we do some wings and put Hernan to the test.
Today?
No, not today. I don't think we get them in time today.
I'm pushing for it. I might go get some wings.
I don't know if we'd get them in time. I mean, it might not be that bad.
Sheesh Edit says, how long until EST streaming from that hotel all the time? Don't test us because we could do it.
You know what I thought about? Like, you know our old building at Bell?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so much empty space.
Oh, it's very empty.
I was like, man, I should just reach out to them and be like, you know the area above CTV?
Yes.
There's that huge area up there that's always
like 2
empty.
Studios up there.
Yeah, it's always empty. But then I was like, man, would we want to? And we're fine here.
Yeah.
At least it's fine here. Up for renegotiation though this summer, so I'm gonna have to drop the hammer here, right? But
we're a tie.
We would not want to go back into that building. Plus, people couldn't just walk in because of all stupid security and stuff.
Yeah,
like the thing here is like the open door policy, right? People are just coming and going. We can never do that again.
You know what? You've opened up a can of worms because, like, I was very comfortable in that building. You were very comfortable.
Yeah, no, I like that building, but it's better when like listeners can just walk in as opposed to having to be like, security's here and you're not allowed in and all this stuff.
Then they call you and they're like, come and get so and so.
Yeah,
although
it's
they
ridiculous.
gassed the front. What What was her name?
She was
Patricia.
great. Yeah.
She was so nice.
They had a few in there at times, but
The day they shut us down, they got rid of Patricia, who was at the front. No.
she deserved better.
Ultimately, no, Dusty.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
All right. Spicy headlines brought to you by Popeyes and the new value menu. 5-piece nuggets, fried pickles, mini chicken wrap, mini chicken sandwich, blackened cauliflower, all for just $4 plus tax. Perfect snackable items that could also round out your favorite Popeyes meal, right? You get a meal and you're like, oh, you know, I'll take the 5 of those nugs for $4.
Hell yeah.
Not a bad idea. All right, Tommy, let's dive into lots of stuff coming out of Team Canada. We've got line combinations. They've been people have been texting those in all morning, and lots of good keep it or clip it. So keep those rolling in here as well. Connor McDavid is going to start between Mitch Marner and Sam Reinhart, and then it'll be Stone with Crosby and McKinnon.
Yeah.
We'll discuss their power play in a second. But what do you think of McDavid between Marner and Reinhart?
I want to nitpick, but I have nothing to nitpick.
Yeah.
Like, you can just roll. How long does it last? What does John Cooper want to do? What's the rationale behind it? Marner's excellent. Like, he gets dumped on, and I think some of it is justified.
I want to see how I view Marner when he's not wearing a Leafs jersey.
He's a wizard.
You know, like, yeah.
He's a wizard of a hockey player. And Reinhart, one of the most lethal scorers in the last 2 years. So you have you have speed, you have skill, and you have size. Not like toughness. I'm not talking toughness size, but like Reinhart's a big boy. Connor's he's not small. He's tall and lanky. And then Marner's average size or whatever, but I don't seeing this being an overly physical tournament. You're playing Sweden on Wednesday. This is a line that could fly up and down the ice, Dusty. And I'm assuming they're sticking together for that first game. This is a line that's super deadly. And then Crosby and McKinnon. I know we want to see Crosby and McDavid, maybe with McKinnon. That would be, I think that's like a hockey player's dream or hockey fan's dream, to be honest with you. But this is okay. It's salivating, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
It's starting to remind me, and I think, you know, when we're here at this time next year heading into the Olympics, the juices are going to be flowing, and now we're getting that the precursor. This is the appy. This is the boneless wing, if you will.
What a comparison.
Thank you.
What a comparison, Tom. You're great at wing comparisons. You really are.
Signature hot.
And then the power play. I mean, it's McDavid, it's Crosby, it's McCarr, it's McKinnon.
Yeah.
And it's is it Reinhart?
Are they going 4-1?
They're going 4-1. I just looked at it. Is it Reinhart? Somebody knows. You're watching or listening right now. I'm pretty sure. I think it's Reinhart.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this: if anybody's nitpicking these lines,
yeah, it's Reinhart
before they even play a game.
Well, that's just taking it a little bit too far.
Let's see what happens.
Are you seeing anybody doing that?
It's like a preemptive strike.
Good idea.
If anybody's shredding these lines, the power play 1, power play 2, just this is hockey ultimate team in real life. This is your EA Sports. You got the super pack, and this is Team Canada minus the goaltending and maybe defense. I like the defense regardless. I like that they brought Doughty in. I actually think that Scheifele should be on this team.
He's the one forward that we had on when we did our 2 guys team, and that didn't make it.
Yeah. And people were saying like his defensive game isn't great, but like you're telling me that Anthony Cirelli and Brendan Hagel are better, more effective hockey players than Mark Scheifele, who's been in the league for 13 years now? No. Scheifele's excellent. Scheifele got shafted.
Wow. Where's Scheifele and shafted it?
A lot of SHs in there. Yeah. I understand John Cooper bringing his guys in. There's a rhyme and a reason. We'll see if that pays out.
Kind of makes sense from his perspective. He knows those guys.
Yeah, Glenn Saylor used to do the same thing.
They can play a fourth line on this team. And
yeah. Let's see how it works out. I'm open to it, like the Cirelli and Hagel thing, but in terms of just how good Mark Scheifele is, how effective, where he's at in his career, To me, he should be on the team. But he isn't. And that's how good the Canadian forwards and skaters are. Goaltending, different story.
The troll is in. He is questioning some of the lineup decisions. Marner, McDavid, and Reinhart almost seems like a second line, like the second line to me. I would have liked to have seen McDavid and McKinnon on the same line. You'll get to see them on the power play.
Thank you, troll.
Now, does the Canadian power play have Makar bring the puck up and then turn and drop it back to McDavid?
I think...
Or do they just give it to Makar and let him carry it up?
Now you have the dual threat.
Oh, boy.
I give it to Connor. I think they still slingshot it to Connor.
So Makar has it, drops it back to Connor.
If his read as he's taking it into the neutral zone is that he can take it, I feel like Connor would say, you go, I'll support. I'll take the blue line, get it in, try to create a chance or set it up. Now you're a dual threat. So it's more dangerous. It keeps the defensive team and the penalty killers guessing even more. And I think that those guys just wing it. I like that. Like,
I cannot wait to see, like, when that power play steps over the boards for the first time. To me, it's hockey history.
Goal.
You're seeing McKinnon, McDavid, Crosby, and Makar on the ice.
Goal.
At the same time.
Goal.
You don't think they lose to Sweden 2-1?
No, they're going to win like 7-2.
What?
Yes.
That's pretty disrespectful to the Swedes.
I don't care.
Sweden's got a pretty good lineup. Oh,
are going to win.
So you can say we here because you're Canadian.
Super Canadian. We will dominate on Wednesday.
Some good questions rolling in here for Keep It or Clip It. So let's do that. 780-218-9999. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. And if you've not yet subscribed to our channel, that would be great. We're 58 likes away from changing 100 here on the oil stream today. And that will lead into EST afternoons with Hernan. And Gager Cozy, let's keep this in the headlines here. Cozy has texted in as well and says, guys, I have seen more John Gibson rumors. What percentage do you give of this actually happening?
Oh, very low.
Yeah.
So, Cozy, if you're just chiming in, we had Dave Pagnotta, our Hello Hockey Insider, on Saturday, and we had to address it because a million people were texting in and getting into the nasty chat asking about Stu Skinner. And I thought Dave was just going to shut it down, and he goes, actually, there's been a discussion. It was a very, check-in, preliminary, nothing
what
serious.
What would the price tag be? Do you think he even got there?
We put it to Dave, and Dave's like, well, listen, it's nowhere near that in terms of how far down the line it's gone. It was just a brief, hey, is so-and-so available? It was a very...
Do you think it would have been, hey, if you do make him available, fire me a text type of thing?
Very casual.
I'm just trying to think how less casual it can get than that.
It's super casual. Just check it out. So-and-so's available. Okay, well, keep tabs because we have a good starter that's doing all right.
Yeah.
Had a crappy game on Friday, though.
Eden texted.
What would it take, though? I don't know. You need him. Dave did say that, obviously, Anaheim would have to retain.
Would Skinner go back the other way?
You'd have to send Skinner back. This was hypothetical, way, because we followed up with Dave. Listen, it's not going to get there.
Don't think so?
I don't think so.
Eden is in and says, hey, boys, I don't think all the talk around Skinner has to be mutually exclusive. I think it can be true that Skinner is young, cheap goalie who can play strong for stretches, and also be that he's inconsistent. Oilers should be looking to improve in all facets all the time. That's what 30 other teams are doing, except for Buffalo. Buffalo out here catching strays
as they
from Eden today, which
well done, Eden.
Which is kind of funny. You know what? The whole I don't. To me, I guess the one reason I might buy into them actually trading Skinner for a different goalie, because I don't know if there are clear-cut upgrades, but it could be a different guy that you just think would be better behind the way your team, whatever. He's not a Bowman and Jackson guy. You know what I mean? There's no loyalty to Skinner from this management group.
He's a Pete Chiarelli guy.
I guess you have to go back that far.
Yeah.
Skinner was drafted by Chiarelli?
Yeah.
Just right before Holland.
Yep. 2016, 2017, somewhere around there.
So, like that gives me like just the like the inkling of like, oh, maybe that would happen. Like they haven't dubbed him their guy. If they don't like his inconsistencies, then maybe they are like, you know what? We brought in some other guys that we like, and they haven't all worked out. Don't get me wrong, but I wonder if that could make it possible.
They had to have a conversation with him last year. Remember how we all remember how bad the start was last year, but they had to go to Stu and say, "Man, get your head and give it a shake. Get your head in gear. We need you." And that's when he started to take off. So too did the rest of the team, but they had to have a conversation with him, and he responded well. And like, listen, he's in his third full season. The numbers, the stats are all right. The eye test pisses a lot of people off. I fully recognize that. But you have to remind yourself, like, okay, this guy's played 2.5 full seasons. This was supposed to be the year where it was supposed to be him taking over. And now he's...
Like, to be honest with you, it's probably not unfair, Tommy, to say Stuart Skinner has very much overachieved.
Yeah.
From what you would have... Like,
I don't want to say that, but you're right.
4 years ago... We were going to, if 4 years ago, I told you, well, Skinner in the American League, he's going to get nominated for a Calder. He's going to go to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final.
All-star.
Be an all-star within the next 3 years. You would have been like, well, I think we're probably getting a little bit carried away, Dusty. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So I think he's overachieved everyone's expectations from 3 or 4 years ago. And that still doesn't make some people, happy. They would still like to see.
They want a 4-game sweep in the Stanley Cup Final.
Chris Sadaway says Hill, Binnington, and Montembeault all have sub 900 save percentage since January 1st. Did Team Canada not make a mistake not adding Skinner? 905 since January 1st. Like,
how about Logan Thompson, though?
Well, Logan Thompson should be on the team.
He's having an immaculate season.
But like, I know people in this market might hate me for saying this, but I would put Skinner right in that group with those guys.
Sam,
you know what I mean?
Like a hot start. You know what's funny too is, and this happened here. GMs were pandering for their guys to make the team. DVD was, how do I want to? A GM in the press box at an Oilers game went into DVD's face and said, "I read your article. My guy should be the starter and should be on Team Canada. How can you disregard him?"
Really?
Yeah.
And it wasn't Logan Thompson.
It was not Logan Thompson.
Okay, interesting.
Like, there is some level of prestige to this, and I think it different markets obviously react to their teams in different ways. Like here, people are very thorough with the Oilers, but like other markets where they're not as hardcore, to them to see their guy is on Team Canada is like, well, our guy he's on Team Canada. He's got to be really good. He's awesome. He did this, he did that, he won this, he won that. Here, like Skinner won a Stanley Cup, people would still be like, well, don't like the way he does the reverse VH.
I didn't like the way he lifted the cup.
Too low on that left arm. Bad glove hand.
780-218-99 Liquid B versus Jeepers, guys. I think it would be a huge mistake to trade Skinner at 25 years old. We're not saying that.
26, but Sheldon's right.
I would not trade Stuart Skinner for John Gibson. I'm sorry.
No.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't either.
I would I'll make that statement now. But yeah. Andrew the accountant says, I'm not trying to make excuses, but Skinner also has a newborn at home and he's looked tired in net. I think we'll have a good break and be locked in for the playoff run.
And that's a good point. Like, how bad defensively were the Oilers? Like, they were...
Zach, that is a great hoodie.
Thank you.
Where'd you find that? Thrifting?
Valley Village.
You're kidding me. Come show this hoodie to the camera
Look
here.
at that.
Also, I love your pants. I used to wear those when I was like your age. Yeah, the cargo pants. Zach's wearing cargo pants today. I'm very jealous. But look at this hoodie.
Nike.
Buddy, if for anybody listening on TuneIn or iHeart, we're at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. It's like a Hockey Canada hoodie. It's got Canada and then the stick and then 3 maple. It's a beautiful hoodie.
I want that.
You found that at Valley Village for $7. Wow. Nice work. Good work, Zach. Keep on thrifting.
You're a strange dude, but that's why we love you.
He's our in-house Macklemore, right?
He is.
Yeah, that's what he was
Downtown.
That was a good song.
Downtown.
We used to. This is gonna make me sad now, but when Marshall was a baby in our old house,
Yeah.
every night before bedtime, we would sing that song, and I'd have him up on my shoulder, like swinging him around.
Yeah.
And he had his legs as a baby were like this big, like just I could suffocate on his legs. And I'd have him up on my shoulder like this, and we'd sing downtown. And then when they got to the one part, I'd like blow on his legs, like oh,
And giggle.
that makes me sad now. That was some of my favorite times.
You're running out of time to
I will
do that.
always have. I can't. I could probably get
He's
him up on my
big.
shoulder now, but
Yeah.
like, whenever I hear Macklemore's Downtown, that is what comes to
Big
my
tune.
mind. Yeah,
Hey, look, Jay's
God, I
here.
miss that little guy. Kids grow up so fast. Tommy, before you know it, you're gonna meet somebody, date them for more than 3 months, marry them, and have a kid, and then by then, hopefully, you have a new car, and
I should have
the time will fly.
Yes.
The time will fly after that.
Don't sum it up and put it in a neat little package like that.
It seems easy, doesn't
It's
it?
very real.
Yeah, I think
That's
it seems
scary.
pretty easy.
That's scary.
48 likes away from changing 100. So hammer that. There's double that listening right now. So
Yes.
hammer the thumbs up. Make sure you stick around. It's going to be a great couple of shows coming your way. EST afternoons and the Reed Wilkins show still to come as well. Tommy, where did you get your 99 Team Canada hoodie that you're wearing?
Oh, I work the hockey school. It's
It's a Gretzky
Ty.
camp thing.
Yeah, Ty runs. He does all the merch, like he designs everything, and then it's like one and done. Right now, he signed a deal with OVO, like Drake's company, and they were selling the jackets at Gretzky's basement at the Winter Classic. And I texted him, I'm like, how much are those jackets? He goes, dude, like they cost me a ridiculous amount to have made. And he's like, and I'm making big bucks off of them. Like we're talking like $1,500
For these jackets?
for those damn jackets. They're like the Leatherman jackets.
What?
Yeah, and people buy that stuff, especially in the States.
Does Drake have one?
He probably does. I know Wayne was
Bet you
wearing one.
Kendrick Lamar hates that jacket
Yeah,
because of the beefs, right, Zach? Yeah.
he would never wear that.
Yeah, he would
Zach.
never wear that
Never.
jacket. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Anyway, that's where I got it. By the way, do you know the story why Canada wore blue uniforms in like the late 70s, early 80s?
Yeah, did they wear blue in the 81 Canada Cup?
Yeah. I don't know
Was there
about
a tinge
Canada.
of blue?
I know it was World Juniors.
Oh, was it World
but
Juniors?
Ty actually told me the story.
Tell me the story.
He's a little hockey nerd. I mean, his dad's Mr. Hockey, so
Kind of probably have to follow the sport
Yeah.
a bit.
he's like, Labatt sponsored Team Canada, and part of the deal was that they would make their uniforms in the logo blue.
Really?
Yeah,
Because of Labatt Blue.
Labatt blue.
No way.
Yeah.
So they were selling out even back in the late 70s. And everybody complains about the jerseys at the Spengler Cup.
Dollar bills, yo.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There you go. You learned something on the oil stream today. If you have any questions, you can text them to us 780-218-9999 over on the nasty chat as well. Doug Des says Tom seems like the guy that sets a reminder in his phone at 2 months and 29 days from when he starts dating a woman, so he knows it's time to move on.
Oh,
Is that true?
God, no.
I would like the idea of like you and a girl you've been dating for almost 3 months sitting there one night and you go, well, this is our last night together. And she
Let's
goes,
make it a
why?
good
What's
one.
going on? You're like, well, 3 months tomorrow and
You've
I
expired.
have to go find another.
You've outlasted your stay.
You've outlasted your stay.
Yeah. Actually, I was very efficient with my. So I was seeing the one at the end of
Be
last
honest with you,
calendar.
I'm not.
I
can't
kept
keep
to
up,
Speed. Yeah,
so-
sorry.
Anyway, I think I know the one you're talking about. She set up your Christmas tree.
She set up my Christmas tree,
Yeah, yeah.
and then like 3 weeks.
She
4
circled
weeks
back
later,
around?
She told me to kick rocks.
Yeah, yeah.
So the next day I was a new one.
Yeah. Jeez. Look at this guy.
Still hanging out. Take that.
I have a woman
You
in
can't
my
hurt
bed
me.
every day too, buddy.
But you love
It's
her.
called my wife and I love her. And I'm only in the bed when she lets me sleep there because sometimes I snore and she's like, go sleep downstairs.
Oh, apparently
But I prefer
Twitch.
sleeping downstairs. So
I like Twitch.
you twitch a bit.
Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's weird.
All right, 780-218-9999. Let's dive into Keep It or Clip It for the fine folks over at Tommy Guns.
You need to go there. I was looking
no,
at you yesterday at Century, and I'm like, he needs a Tommy Guns day.
My hair is getting. I want to challenge them as much as I possibly can.
Oh, they'll take care of you.
You know,
You're
I
very
just want to say,
scraggly.
what do you think about this? I'm getting a little straggly. The beard's getting a little long. But like,
it's
I'm gonna have
this.
to be short hair, clean cut guy for like 6 months.
It's
in
your
2 months.
sideburns. That's where you can tell.
Just getting a little out of
Yeah.
control there. It's starting to wing up now.
It does wing.
It's starting to wing
That's
up.
a good problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tommy Gunn's Original Barbershop, where they believe a great haircut is more than just a quick in and out. It's about the whole experience. That's why they follow the code, a commitment to deliver the best barbershop experience every single time you visit. From check-in to the finishing touch, every step is crafted with care. No appointments needed. Just walk in, relax, and they will take it from there. I will, at some point...
Go do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I don't mind being long hair guy.
You've
As when I don't
embraced it.
when I don't have a bunch of events and stuff.
Does Tam like it?
She likes it.
She probably
She
just
likes
like,
rugged, dusty.
Dustin.
Like she likes it, but I mean, I can only do this for like half a year. Right, so I try to embrace it as much as I can. I can't go on TSN doing CFL games looking like this.
You're gonna have to keep it.
Hi, I'm Dustin Nielson. He's Glenn Suter.
And
like that'll never
down
happen.
To me again, by the way.
What's that? I'm throwing, and let's go down to Tom Gazzola, whose hair looks like $1 million, and I'm a hobo up here in the booth. You know what I hated at the Super Bowl?
What?
In the booth? They kept cutting to, they had the green screen behind Brady of the street.
Did you not
outside.
say they look like they're outside?
Well, that's what it was. I mean, it was the street. What are they doing? Like, just
Did you notice
do
the
the
new
regular
graphics
graphics.
for the Super Bowl too?
Didn't like that either.
Reed and I were talking about it. Very simple.
Yeah.
Too clean.
If it was
Too
in
simple.
the CFL, people are like, it's Bush League. It's too clean.
Well, people complain about the
It's too
CFL for
small.
the sake of complaining.
Yeah. Senior Boot says, "Oh my God, that's not long hair. Try 2 years, Dusty." I couldn't imagine going 2 years. I did a full year one time, and it was just it was too much.
I remember when you had the fro.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Well, I could bit this up pretty good with a blow dryer right now.
I believe it.
All right, keep it or clip it.
Let's go.
The Oilers win the Stanley Cup if they trade for John Gibson. Keep it or clip it.
Clip it. They're not going to trade for John Gibson. They could still win the Stanley Cup without
Yeah,
him.
clip it. They win the cup no matter who's in net.
Joaquin said something really good last week that I actually appreciated. And I don't know how many listeners and viewers of our station wanted to hear what he had to say, but he was talking about the ways in which this Oilers team is winning games. And it's not pretty. They're not blowing teams out, but
Gager!
speak of the devil. They're learning how to win games in different ways, and it's not a track meet every night. And I think there's something to that. And I interpreted what Joaquin said last week as they're building. They're building. They're learning their limits, what they can do. And don't get me wrong, like going down 3-0.
Not ideal.
4 times in a 3-week span is garbage, but they still won a few of those games. But I think what Joaquin said had some merit. Is it ideal for the fan base? No. Does it give them frustration and pause and a little bit of dilemma? Absolutely. And rightly so. But it's, I think, part of the process. Like, that's how I'm categorizing it. So I look at this team, Dusty, and I'm like, they're just fine. I honestly, I put money on them to win the cup. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You did.
Yeah.
You're cool bet crazy. This guy over there.
Buddy, I won 1 out of like 50 bets yesterday.
You go on your bet history. It's just the red L lost. If the Chiefs would have won, I would have had a very nice day. But that's why I did it, because I wanted them to lose. So at least if they won, I would have been like, "This is amazing."
Yeah.
But they didn't, and I'm still happy with it.
I would have had a great day if Patrick Mahomes showed up last night.
Yeah.
He
did not. Keep it or clip it. The Four Nations tournament means more than the Men's World Championship tournament in the spring.
Clip it. This is made up, phony. This is a league gimmick. This is HRR. So that's the motivation.
Hockey-related revenue.
Yes. And
they get cash too, right?
They get cash. So this is a glorified all-star game. Is there national pride? Yeah, absolutely. Like, I want to see us win. I think we have a good chance. I think we will likely lose to the United States, and then we will regroup, tinker, and be ready for Olympics 2026. And I think that's where that's when it gets real, right? This is a garbage tournament. It'll be fun to watch, though. And to talk about.
You know what? I think it comes down to the country. Like, for Finland and Sweden, winning the World Championships are massive.
Huge.
Massive.
Huge.
for Canada, well, look, Canadian hockey fans, we'll ask you right now. Would you rather win the World Championship or would you rather win this modified best on best against Sweden, Finland, and the United States?
Czech should be in there. Russia should be in there.
No,
You
I
can
mean,
make a case for
I'm
the
not
Germans,
disagreeing
the
with you,
Swiss, like Slovaks. Like this
was an NHL driven thing, right?
It's garbage. Yeah. They tried to do a World Cup. Russia screwed it up by stupid invasion of Ukraine. Like, so I look at this and go, this is a whoop-de-doo tournament. Kind of fun though.
Yeah, I just don't think Canadians care about the World Championship anyway.
Which is too bad. It's right in the middle of the playoffs.
Like, if they care about this at all, it's probably more than they care about. I'm not talking from the players. Obviously, the players want to go and win a World Championship, but from a fan's perspective, like how many of you are like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch Canada in the semifinal of the World Championships. I don't.
That starts at 6 a.m.
Remember when the Oilers always sucked and all the young guys would go and you go
I
cover
had to
it?
go.
Yeah. Like it's different. I don't know. All right, let's go to this one. La Bamba guy. Keep it or clip it. Players at the Four Nations will give more of an effort than at the All-Star games.
Keep it.
It's got to be. You have to keep that.
Yeah.
There's no way they can Kucherov this thing. Like there's just, it can't.
There is the element of national pride. Like that's legit. Like, and they want to represent. They want to win this made-up tournament. And it honestly is. It's the preliminary tournament of the Olympics. Although it's super exclusive to 4 countries, but they're gonna want to win. So I honestly think next week, Dusty, you, me, the boys, we're talking about like, all right, here's what's happening in the final. We're gonna be into it. These first few games, we're gonna be like, oh, let's see what happens.
I'll be there.
That's right. You're in Boston.
Like I'll be in Boston for the final and the last 2 round robin games.
Are you doing
Monday.
the shows from
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? I'm doing the shows. Monday, a travel day. Monday morning's a travel day because I promised the Muzz I'd take her to the PWHL game.
Awesome.
So we're going to that, but it starts at like 2, and my flight's at 6.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can stay for that whole game. So I can't get to Boston Sunday because I'm taking her to the PWHL game. So I'm flying to Toronto, spending the night at the hotel airport, and then flying to Boston first in the morning because puck drops 1 o'clock Monday.
Yeah.
So I'll be in the air for the morning show. But then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll do morning show in Lock Shop, and then Friday's travel day home because it's Muzz's birthday, and I want to get back.
Pizza pockets.
It depends on the hotel we're staying at, I guess. I didn't book the hotels. Cool Bet looked after that. So we'll. Do
you remember?
It would be great.
Remember when you were supposed to go to the World Cup with Cool Bet?
Yeah.
That would have been so good.
Yeah, that was shot down by our old radio boss.
All he had to do.
What a horrible decision.
I like him. He's a good man.
It was a horrible decision.
He did not need to go to corporate about that.
Yeah,
that's one.
Cool Bet was like, we're sending you and Huss to the World Cup in Qatar. I was like, yes. I shouldn't even have said anything. I should have just gone. But then I went to him and I was like, hey, great news. Your morning guy can be in Qatar at the World Cup. He's like, I think we got to run it up corporate because of Cool Bet. I was like, man,
that was a no.
I've been doing this stuff with Cool Bet for 5 bloody years. Nobody said anything.
I know.
So
it would have been so good if
I got robbed of a trip from Qatar because of my boss at 1260.
You know what would have been great? A weekend, he walks into the studio and says hi to Eric, and then goes, "Where's Dusty?
Where's Dusty?
I've been listening to him all week. Sounds great."
There's an outside chance that could have happened.
Yeah.
That one did not sit well with me.
He's in the Middle East.
I was not pleased about that one. Anyway,
still can't believe that.
The boss this time has approved a trip to Boston with Cool Bet. So that's
I like it.
That's nice.
I like it. Anyway,
guys, will 4 Nation games have an international effort, or do you think the games will resemble NHL preseason effort? Friend, look, here's the thing. Like, I think when the Kachuk brothers are wearing an American jersey, and McDavid, like, they're not going to want to lose to those guys.
No,
there's no chance. So I think the intensity in this event is actually going to be much better than people are expecting.
Yeah,
and I'd be disappointed if it wasn't. Anytime those guys put on the Canadian jersey, they have to have the desire. How could they not want to win this thing?
I think they do. Honestly, it's gonna have like that TGL like curiosity at the start, and then if Canada's doing all right and they get into the final,
hop on board
people are gonna be like, all right, let's go win this thing.
if they lose to Sweden on Wednesday, Thursday morning, there'll be people texting me like, doesn't matter to me anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm in the same boat as that contingent of people with that rationale. I'm in that. I'm looking at this. I'm going, what am I doing Wednesday? Well, the game's on. Oh, great. Maybe I'll watch some of it. And then we'll talk about it Thursday.
Hampton Steve asks, are you guys on the air on Family Day? Actually, no, we're not. We're off on Family Day, I think. Maddie, we're off on Family Day, right?
Yeah.
We're off on Family Day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no shows on Monday. So I guess I'm not really missing anything. So that's a positive.
No, that's good.
Yeah. It says, if Makar screws up a drop pass to Connor like Bouchard did on Friday, does that automatically mean Makar is a terrible defenseman and must be removed from Team Canada?
Yes.
Well, you know what?
Trade him.
You know what I throw out there? Probably doesn't do that. I mean, I would think he probably doesn't do that. But look, like we said, Bouchard, I tweeted it out, and it was I was trying to be super kind about it. I said Bouchard, and I put in caps, does a lot of things extremely well.
Good point.
But that turnover and turnovers that big are the reason that haters pop up. Mm-hmm. And then people in the chat are like, tell me what he does extremely well this season. I was like, man.
This season. But hey,
but he's still having an okay year. Like
This season.
Yeah.
And people are firing him off into the moon and this and that. I understand. He's still having an okay, I would say good offensive season. Defensively, lots to be desired there. And it kind of falls into the same thing we dealt with Darnell Nurse the last couple of years, Dusty, is like people, he can't make an outlet pass, can't do this, defends, out of position, awful in the offensive zone. All of that talk has gone away with Darnell. That's how quickly, by this time next year, even early into the season, if Evan Bouchard somehow has a good start to next year with his new contract, people are not talking about Bouchard might get better than 82 points. He's playing good defensively. Like he has done it and shown us for 3 years now that he's capable. This year, it's not happening. It's
not over yet though either.
The crosshair, yeah, you're right. But the crosshairs are just firmly on him. And they won't let go.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't end in it just gets worse and worse for the poor guy.
But the contract stuff, the contract stuff, it offends fans of the team, right? Because
it's not their money.
I know, and you try to explain. It's like, listen, this is the market. I wouldn't, and then you get the examples of, he's not worth $7 million. I wouldn't pay him more than $8 million. There's no way he should make more than Darnell Nurse. And guess what?
I think he should be in the 9s, and that's it. Leave it there.
All of those arguments, Dusty, I think are valid. But the thing that I feel like when I run into people and talk to them, I remind them, I go, I get it. You're right. Like, he's not having a good year. He takes advantage of playing with two of the best players in the world, but he's the best guy that has been with those two ever, better than Barry. And then the most striking thing is that's where the market is. And you have to remind people that's where the market is. It's not, hey, I think his shooting is a 8. I think his passing is a 7. I think his defensive play is a 4. He should be getting $7 million. It's not that. It's the market for guys like him has now elevated past Darnell Nurse's 9.25. It's just a reality, and that's how it's going to be. And when he signs the contract, there's going to be people we're going to be talking about on this show. People are going to be mad. This is ridiculous. Trade him. This, that. It's just where the market is, and I get the frustration.
EST Afternoons is coming up next with Hernan Salas and Joaquin Gage and the Reed Wilkins Show from 3 to 6 today with the glue guy riding shotgun over there. That is going to do it for the oil stream today. Thank you very much for joining us. Hammer the thumbs up on YouTube before you leave. We can still change 100 here. Do that. Turn on autoplay on YouTube too. That'll take you right on over to EST Afternoons, which is going to be firing up momentarily. And if you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, EST Afternoons on the way in about 4 minutes time. Don't go anywhere.